Ready again. All right. So this is our second class for today. Can you see me?
Yes.
All right. So is your Wi-Fi okay? Is your Wi-Fi okay now?
Yes, teacher.
All right. That's very good. Okay. And what do you usually do in the afternoon?
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
I I
All right. Yes.
sleep. I
You sleep.
I slept
Mm-hmm.
at noon and play high played hide and seek with my
Mm-hmm.
sister and my cousin.
Okay. Very nice. That's good. Are your cousins in your house now?
Yes, teacher.
Oh, they do? All right. Wow, that's so great. Mm-hmm. All right. So now today, we will have another lesson, okay, for this afternoon. Let's have now page 21 of your book.
Yes.
Okay. I want you to read exercise number 1. We will talk about adverbs of frequency. So when you say adverbs of frequency, to say how often something happens. So we have Jacob and Christy. Can you read about them?
And exercise too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I always have football practice on Saturday morning, so I get up early and have a big breakfast. After football practice, I go home for lunch. In the afternoon, I usually do homework, but I sometimes play tennis at the sports center. I hardly ever watch TV during the day. The programs are always really boring in the evening. I
Mm-hmm.
always go out with my friends. We don't go bowling. We often go bowling and usually in bed before midnight.
Yes, very good. All right. Let's have Christy.
Christy,
Yes, please.
uh, I usually get up late. On Saturday morning, I never have breakfast. I watch TV for an hour, and then I usually check my emails for a visit a, a chat room. After lunch, I go shopping. I look at the new mobile phones, but I never buy a phone. They are always very expensive. I always go dancing with my friends on Saturdays evening. I'm often out until 2 o'clock.
Okay, correct. You got it. All right, let's have Jacob now. All right. So who is Jacob in these two pictures? Is it the picture on the right or the picture on the left?
Jacob is on the left
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Why?
because in here Jacob
Mm-hmm.
often go bowling.
Mm-hmm. Correct. With his friends, right?
Yes.
Okay, correct. So you can say Jacob often goes bowling. All right. With friends, of course. So you're correct on that. Now, what does Jacob do on Saturday morning?
Um, she gets up late and
Yes.
she never have breakfast. She watches TV for an hour.
All right, look at this. Do you think Jacob gets up late? Do you think
Yes.
he get up late? I don't think so. Look at the first paragraph.
Yes.
Early or late? For Jacob.
Late.
I
She
always have football practice on Saturday morning, so I get up early. I have a big breakfast. All right. Why does he need to get up early?
check up
Yes. Jacob.
because he's he's need have football practice.
Yes. He always has football practice. Okay. And then what does he do in the afternoon? What does he usually do in the afternoon?
He usually does he usually does his homework,
Okay,
but
correct.
sometimes but he sometimes plays tennis at the sports center.
Mm. All right, correct. Does he like watching TV programs?
Mm,
Yes. Does he
yes,
like it?
yes, he like, but he hardly ever watch TV during the day or the programs.
All right, correct. So I agree with this to you. Okay. So
Yes.
we can say here, he hardly ever watches TV during the day. The programs are usually really boring. All right. And then what time does he usually go to bed?
He is usually in bed before midnight.
Okay, correct. Mm-hmm. You got it? All right, good job. Do you have any questions here?
Um, yes, teacher.
Okay.
Can you play? Can you go bowling and play it?
I haven't tried it yet. I do not know because when my friends are asking me to go out, we usually eat, all right, in a restaurant. We don't do a certain sports. Ah, that's why I guess most of my friends are really big. They are really fatter. Okay. But I think if I try to go bowling, I can do it. It's a nice sport and it's not expensive. All right. Have you tried bowling?
I never.
Oh, you never. Why?
Because in Vietnam we don't have a bowling house.
Okay. Alright. What about in the shopping mall? You don't have a bowling center there? No
Bowling.
bowling center? Yes, in the mall.
Mm, I don't know. In Vietnam have it.
Alright, I got it. You said I don't know in Vietnam have it. You say I don't know. I don't know if in Vietnam we have it. Okay. Alright. So we will discuss about Christy. So where is Christy in the picture? Yes, where is Christy? On the right or on the left picture?
She is in the left of the picture.
Left? No, you already said
It's right of the pictures.
yes. Why? Why is it Christy?
Because she's always goes dancing with friends on Saturday evening.
Correct. I agree with that. Okay. You got it. Okay, now let's continue. And does she have breakfast on Sunday morning?
No, she
No.
never. She don't.
No, she
She
never
never have
has.
breakfast.
She never has breakfast. Okay. Okay, say it one more time. She never has breakfast
She never has breakfast.
on Saturday morning. All right. And does he does he does she get up early?
Mm, she never.
Uh-huh.
She usually get up late.
Late. Uh-huh. She usually gets up late. You say gets up late, okay? With S, gets up late. Correct. All right. Now you tell me what's her daily activity on Saturday. Yes, on Saturday.
Mm,
Mm. Like, what does he do?
on Saturday,
Yes. What's her daily activity on Saturday? Can you tell me?
can you say again the questions?
Yes. All right. Can you tell me what does she do on Saturday?
On Saturday, she usually gets up late.
And
She's,
then,
she never has breakfast. She
okay, correct.
watches TV for an hour and then she usually checks her
Uh-huh.
emails or visits a chat room. After lunch, she goes
She
shopping.
goes. She
She
goes
goes
shopping.
she goes shopping. She looks at the new mobile phones,
Mm.
but she never buys a phone. They are always very expensive. She always go, goes dancing with friends on Saturday evening. She's, she's often out until 2 o'clock.
Mm. Okay, there you have it. All right. And then until what time is she outside? Until what time?
She's often out until 2 o'clock.
Yes. She's she's often out until 2 o'clock. All right. Now let's have adverbs of frequency. We have always, usually, often, never, sometimes, hardly ever. Okay, so I want number 3. Okay, I want you to fix them. Which comes first? Number 1.
Is is never.
Never. Okay, correct. Next. Never.
Hardly ever.
Okay. Hardly ever. Next. We have
Often. Often.
often.
Usually.
Okay. Usually. And then we have
Always.
always. Wow, very good. You got it. Okay. You go back. Let's have here Jacob's. Okay, Jacob's here. I want you to go back in here and then you tell me some sentences using these adverbs of frequency. All right, go. Let's have the first sentence.
About me.
About Jacob.
Okay. He always have football practice on Saturday morning.
You say he always has.
He
Has.
always has football practice on Saturday morning, so he gets up early and has a big breakfast.
Yes, that's very good. Okay, good job for that. Okay, next. We
In
have,
in the afternoon, he usually does homework. But
correct. Continue.
homework in in the afternoon, he usually does homework.
Okay, next. So usually, always. What's next?
But
He's. Mm-hmm.
he sometimes plays tennis at the sports center.
Mm. Okay, correct. Next here.
He he's hardly ever watches TV during the day. The programs are always really boring.
Okay, correct. And then.
Uh, he's in the evening. He always goes
Yes, goes out with friends.
goes out with friends.
Alright, so we use here always, and then they often go bowling, so we have often.
Often.
Correct. Yes.
He's usually in the bed before midnight.
Perfect. So you gave them all. What about Christy?
She usually gets up late on Saturday morning. She never has breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
She watches TV for an hour and then she usually checks her emails or visits a chat room.
Correct.
She looks at the new mobile phones, but she never buys a phone. They are always expensive, very expensive. She always goes dancing with friends on Saturday evening. She's often out until 2 o'clock.
Uh-huh. Okay, correct. So you got it. So we have usually here, never, and then we have usually again, and then we have never again, and always, always, often. Okay, correct. So now let's have number 5. You tell me the correct words, okay? But first, I want you to read about this, okay? About learn this box. We use,
We use at the verbs of frequency to say how often something happens. We normally put put an adverb of frequency a b before or after the verb be before or after most other verbs.
okay. So let's have that. So what do you think is the right answer for number 2? We normally put an adverb of frequency. Is it before the verb be or after the verb be? For example, you said, I usually get up. I usually get up. Where's the adverb of frequency? Is it before or after? Example this, I usually get up late. Where is the adverb of frequency? Is it after the verb or before the verb?
Before the verb.
Correct. So letter A, it's before. Next, letter B. Before, after most other verbs. Oh, I am. What about this one?
Most of the verb.
Oh, so sorry. Okay, wait a minute. For I usually get up, this is letter B, so that's before. But letter A, B verb, these are am, is, and are. For example,
Is
I,
is after
after, correct, it's after. Okay, good job here. So, do you have any question now?
yes.
What's your question?
Um, how often do you get up late?
How often? Okay. I okay. Most of the time, I get up early in the morning because I have my early class in Grablingo. But sometimes on the weekends, I get up late, like at exactly 11, because sometimes I don't have any class. All right. So, what about you? Is there a time that you don't get up early?
Mm, when I get up early when a day go to school, but when it's holiday, I often
Mm-hmm.
I often
All right.
late get up late.
Yes, okay, correct. I agree. So, we will now have here exercise number 6. Look at it. All right, you just read about Jacob and Christy here. So, you can see the frequency of verbs that we use there. So, you can either say on Saturday afternoon, morning, on evening, or night. Let's start here. Okay. Let's now have, for example, number 1, Jacob have football practice. So you say, Jacob always has football practice on Saturday morning. What about Christy get up late? You say,
Christy Christy usually gets up late.
gets up late. Gets up
Gets
late.
up
Yes, Christy
gets up
usually
late
gets up late. Correct.
on
Christy
Saturday
have
morning.
breakfast.
On
Yes.
Saturday morning,
Number 3, Christy have breakfast.
Christy never have breakfast.
Okay, on Saturday morning. Next, Jacob play tennis.
Jacob Jacob sometimes plays tennis at
No. Okay, play tennis correct. Go ahead.
uh, on Saturday morning. As on Saturday afternoon.
All right. Next, Christy buy a mobile phone.
Christy never buys mobile phones.
Okay, correct. Next year, we have,
Jacob and Christy go out with friends.
what is it? Often or always?
Of, often go out with friends on Saturday evening.
Okay, correct. Got it. Next,
Jacob is usually Jacob Jacob is usually in bed before midnight.
exactly. All right, you got it correctly here. So good job. Next, what about Christy being the dance club until 2 o'clock?
Christy is often in the dance club until 2 o'clock.
Okay, until 2 o'clock. Good job. What is it? Always or often?
Often.
Alright, good job. So, there you have it. Now, let's have here exercise number 7. You tell me how often do you do things here, okay? Let's do homework. How often do you do homework?
Often.
What is it? Okay. What is this? The morning I go to school, so I get up early, but the morning I go. Yes, I got it. You can say, alright, I usually this. I usually I usually I usually get up early when I go to school. But but I don't but I don't but but I don't when I don't go to school, I get up late. Okay, you can say this one more time, please, for me.
I usually get up early when I go to school, but when I don't go to school, I often get up late.
Correct. Okay, you got it correctly here. Good job. So next, let's have here exercise number 7. You tell me how often do you do these things? How often do you do your homework?
I usually do my homework.
Okay, so you usually do your homework. All right.
I
Next.
I visit. I sometimes visit relatives.
I sometimes visit my relatives. Okay, correct. Next. How
I
often do you cook dinner?
I never cook dinner.
Okay, that's just fine. How often do you do the washing?
Mm, I sometimes do the washing up.
Correct. Next.
Um, I often listen to music.
Correct. Okay, next. What
I,
about watch TV?
I often watch TV.
Alright, correct. Next.
I sometimes go swimming.
Okay, correct. You got.
I
How often do you play computer games?
um I usually play computer game.
Yes, correct.
How about you?
I sometimes play computer games. I never go swimming. I often watch TV. I sometimes listen to music. I always do the washing up. I always cook dinner. I hardly ever visit my relatives. And I never do homework. All right. So, do you have any more questions here?
Mm, yes.
What is your question?
How often do you watch? How often do you watch the people play basketball?
Okay, I guess just sometimes. I sometimes watch, alright, sports like basketball because most of the time I don't have time to watch it because I conduct classes in Grablingo. Alright, next. So, we can say here that adverbs of frequency are very important in a sentence because it really tells you how often you do something, right? So, next, let's have the next page that's on page 19. Alright, you complete the table. Alright, we have clues here. These are the adverbs of frequency. So number 1 is always. What about number 2? What is it?
Number 2 is usually.
Usually correct.
Number 3 is often.
Yes, you got it. Next.
Number 4 is sometimes.
Number 5.
Is hardly ever.
Correct. Number 6.
Number 6 is never.
Never. Alright, correct. Good job here, okay? Thank you so much. So now, let's have number 2. We have Monday. These are Tom's diary or his daily activity, alright? Every day, from Monday to Sunday, okay? So, for example here, play basketball at the sports club. He always play basketball at the sports club. What about be in bed by 10 o'clock? Look at it. Be in bed by 10 o'clock. So you say?
He's by 10 o'clock.
Yes, on Monday he goes to bed at 11. On Tuesday it's at 11 also until Thursday. Now on Friday he goes to bed at 12 until Saturday. Now on Sunday he goes to bed by 10, right?
He's
He
he is hardly in bed by 10 o'clock.
he is. Okay, you can just say he is hardly ever in bed at 10. You are correct, but you can say he hardly ever. Wait a minute. Okay, you can say, isn't it we said that, okay, he is hardly ever. Okay, this is correct. He is hardly ever in bed by 10 o'clock. Next, stay out until 2 o'clock. So on Monday, home at 7.
He often stays out until 2 o'clock.
Are you sure? Okay, On Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, home at 7 and at 6. And then on Thursday, home at 8. And then we say on Friday is out with friends but home at 11, right? Saturday he's out with friends but at 11. Now, on Sunday, he goes out with friends and he's at home at 5. All right, so we can say he he hardly ever
He hardly ever
stays at home
stay at home
at until 2 o'clock, right? Because just that is just on Sunday. Next, go out with friends. How often is that? On Monday and Tuesday, and also on Wednesday, he doesn't go out.
I think he often goes out with friends.
No. Alright, from Monday to, look at it, from Monday to Wednesday, he doesn't go out with friends, but on Thursday until Sunday, right, he goes out with friends. So you can say he sometimes goes out with friends.
He
Right?
sometimes go out with friends.
Yes. What about here, play football after school?
He never plays football after school.
You never play football after school. He never. Are you sure?
Yes.
So Monday we have football, basketball practice, there's football.
He's hardly play. He's hardly play
He
football
hardly
after
plays.
school.
Correct. What about do his homework? Homework.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think he often.
Yes, he often. What about it?
He often does his homework.
Correct. That's correct. Play computer games.
He never play computer game.
Correct. No computer games, computer. Yes, correct. He never plays computer games. Good job. All right. Do you have any question here?
Yes.
What's your question?
How often do you visit your relatives.
I hardly ever visit my relatives because they are far from our home. Yes. What about you?
I sometimes visit relatives.
Okay, so you sometimes visit them. All right. That's very good. What else?
No.
All right. Now we continue here and let's have. What about number 8? Stay in bed late.
He hardly stay in bed late.
He hardly stays in bed. Say it. He hardly stays in bed.
Yes.
He hardly stays in bed late. Okay. So thank you so much. Wonderful job. Look at exercise number 3 now. Look at the diagrams about Naomi's daily routine. You tell me 2 sentences for each diagram using adverbs of frequency from exercises 1 and 2. We have get up. So for example, 90% before 8 and then 10% before 10% after 8. We say she usually gets up before 8 o'clock. She hardly ever gets up at 8 o'clock. What about go to work? 60% by bus, 40% on
She,
foot.
um,
She often
she often go to work by bus,
goes to work by bus.
but
She
she sometimes
uh-huh.
goes to work on foot.
Yes. Have lunch 100% at work, 0% at home.
She
So,
she always has lunch at
at
work.
work.
She never has lunch at home.
Yes, correct. Come home 10% early, 90% late.
Um,
She
she
hardly ever
hardly ever come home early. She usually come home late.
Okay, correct. You got it. Good job. Next. Be in bed 50% before 11, 50% after 11. You say
She's
she sometimes.
she's sometimes she is sometimes in bed before 11
She
o'clock.
sometimes goes to she's
Often
okay. And also you say she sometimes, right?
I think it's often.
Often.
Yes.
It's just 50%. Okay. Sure. So do you have any question here?
Mm, uh, yes, teacher.
What's your question?
What did you do last weekend?
Oh, last weekend I just stayed at home, but in the afternoon, I just went out and bought something in the supermarket. All right. Next. All right. We will just continue this one next meeting. Okay.
Yes.
Do you have any question now?
Yes, teacher.
What's your question?
How often do you go dancing?
I never goes dancing. Yes, I never. What about you?
Mm, I never do.
Alright. So, we will continue this one tomorrow. I will call you again for another lesson, okay? So, prepare Unit 2E. So, again, that will be all. Have a good day. Bye.